Today guys, I'm going to show you why it's crucial to have a fire kit with you whenever you're out in the wilderness and how to set one up. All a fire kit does is provides you with a quick and easy method to start a fire even in the harshest conditions. It could be windy, 20-mile-an-hour winds, it could be pouring rain, snowing, whatever. A fire kit just helps you start the fire quick and easy. It just gets that flame going. So whenever you're out in the wilderness, it's always nice to have a good plan on how to start a fire, which is what the fire kit does. And I'm going to show you guys what makes up of a fire kit. Number one, you're going to want a waterproof container. In my case, I'm using a mason jar. You can use whatever you want or whatever you have. At home, this could be any type of jar container that you might get from some foods. Some igniters, you can have just one, like a match or a lighter. Or in my case, I have a ferrous rod with me. You don't have to have a lot of ways to ignite your fire, but it's just to have some backup plans in case somehow water gets into here, like if there's a hole in the lid or it's not sealed properly. You just have some backup plans. With the matches, you can get some waterproof ones just to stop that, just in case. And then for the final thing, you're gonna want some kind of tinder. Tinder does is what a tinder does is it catches the flame or spark from your matches or ferrous rod to make it easier to start the fire. So when you guys are figuring out the kind of igniters you're gonna want in your fire kit, it's best to have at least two. Just as I said earlier, there's a backup, or just for different types of way to start the fire. Like a lighter, this can get wet and broken. A ferrous rod, it's not gonna, if it gets wet, it's not gonna be ruined. You can still start a fire, create some sparks with it. And with each kind of igniter, there's gonna be different ways to start your fire with tinder. So you're probably gonna want a way to start both. With the lighter, you can just take the birch bark I found earlier, light it real quickly, and then throw your dry sticks and stuff on top, and you'll have a nice, quick, easy fire. And with matches, it's kind of the same as a lighter. You can light your birch bark or whatever tinder you have pretty easily, but this can also get wet, which is why you might want to have metal matches or just waterproof matches to start it easily, in case your waterproof container its seal might be broken or there's a hole in the cap. And with the ferrous rod, it doesn't create a flame, it creates sparks, which I have trouble doing with this one. There we go. It just creates sparks. How it works is it shaves off the metal, or I'm not sure exactly what this is made of, but it shaves off pieces of metal from this rod right here and causes the metal to ignite with friction and just creates little sparks. All right, so let's talk about tinders. Tinders, I have birch bark. With the lighter or match, you can just light it quick and easy like I showed you there, but with the ferrous rod, it's gonna be quite hard to get it to start. So if you have a ferrous rod and you're trying to get it to light, or even flint and steel, it's kind of hard with something like birch bark for it to even start. Something about ferrous rods is sometimes if it doesn't have like the proper tool, or if you can't really get it correctly, you could also use your knife. But when you use your knife on a ferrous rod, it works very well, but it also dulls your knife because you can push with the blade onto here to get it a good flame. With the back, it might also work, but it's harder because what the knife does, the blade, or this little metal tool right here, is it scrapes off the metal shavings. But as you can see here, this birch bark is not going to light with any sparks. So what you're going to do with some birch bark is you're just going to rip it up and kind of just break it up into little shavings of pieces. And then you could take your ferrous rod and your so with different types of tinders and stuff, it might be harder to light it with a ferrous rod, which is why you'd want different kinds of kinders. So some kinders that might work good with a ferrous rod is cotton balls. This is also going to light really well with a lighter or some matches, but with cotton balls or just cotton pads like the one I have here, you want to rip it up, and then it should catch a flame from the ferrous rod. My knife. You see, it burns quite well, really quickly. You could throw some sticks and stuff right on there just to get it to start easily. And one thing about using cotton balls is you can see how quickly it just burned out. What you could do with another cotton ball or pad, you could take some petroleum jelly and just give it a little bit of a coating of, or give a little coating of the petroleum jelly. allow it to be it allows it to burn a little bit longer. Just hold this, stop clinking around. But this is burning just a little bit longer, and the more petroleum jelly you're gonna put on there, the longer it's gonna go. The next tint I want to show you guys is some paper. Paper, as you should know if you've ever used it to start a fire, it lights very easily with matches and lighters, but with the ferrous rod, it's not gonna catch sparks as easy as it would. See, it's not gonna catch sparks very easy. So what you're gonna do is rip it up just a little bit. Very well, hopefully. You see, I got a little fire going now. Just took me a little bit. I don't know why, but now you can just throw your sticks and everything on there, and you're good to go. And when you're using paper, this would work with all kinds of paper products. You can use toilet paper, paper towels, or in this case, a napkin. Rip it up. Oh, I'm gonna use a smaller piece. Put that over there for now. Rip it up. There we go. As you can see, once you rough it up, it catches a flame much easier than it would have been if you did it. And just like the cotton balls, if you put this with some petroleum jelly, which I'll do to showcase to you guys right now, it makes it much easier for it to burn longer. There we go. I think I just going into the jelly side, so I made it hard, which is why you're not going to want to throw too much jelly on there, or petroleum jelly, or it's going to just stop it from catching a spark. Ooh, it's from the wood. Not the wood, the ferrous rod. I see it's burning a little bit longer with the jelly. And you can use a countless amount of paper products. You could even use toilet paper, paper towels, whatever you have, which in this case I have some toilet paper with me right now. Oh, it's already going. Yeah, toilet paper seems to be a little bit easier than the napkin I was trying to use. But with all your paper products, you're gonna want to, if you're using a ferrous rod, you're gonna want to rip it up and just, I guess, rough it up too. Makes it much easier for the spark to catch. But if you're using just a lighter or a match, it's pretty straightforward. You just light it and throw small pieces of wood on top and light it until slowly build up your flame. So the next thing I want to show you guys is rubbing alcohol. If you ever use rubbing alcohol or any types of alcohol or gas or anything, it's flammable. As I'll showcase here, I'll just use a match. It's easier. It's quite flammable, but it's not going to last very long. It's not a very hot fire, so it's going to be harder to start harder to start your fire with, unless you have paper, which you could just throw on top. What you could do, you can see it's already coming out, and it's not very hot. What you could do is you could take your paper, or actually, in this case, I'm using more natural more natural tinder. Use some birch bark. You could take it and throw your rubbing alcohol on top of your birch bark, just a little bit, and then you could start your fire much easier and actually have something to burn, which creates more heat. You can see it's much hotter and creates a better flame. This will burn pretty well for a little bit. And you could do the same thing with gasoline, but with gasoline you have to be very careful, because the fumes when you light gasoline, like if I were to do that, the same thing I did with that birch bark as I did with the rubbing alcohol, if I did that, the fumes from the gasoline would have just shot all around me and just hit me with the wave of heat and fire. So what you're gonna wanna do with gasoline, in one of my shorts, I showed you guys that you need to put it in some kind of jar that's not gonna melt or break. Like if you put it in a styrofoam cup, you're gonna put it in like a metal jar, as I did in the short, and light the gasoline. Don't fill it up too much or it's just gonna shoot out. You light it about maybe like a quarter or halfway you fill it. Light it, it's gonna burn pretty well for a lot of time, and as I said in the short, it's gonna help you start fire with wet wood. I wanna show you guys like a bad tinder, like a natural bad tinder. If you ever use leaves, it's not gonna work very well, just because when you light it, it's gonna start lighting and you're gonna think it's gonna burn very well, but then it just dies out right away. So I'm gonna show you guys one more time. You're gonna light it, it's gonna burn very well for a few seconds, unless you hold it, and then it's just gonna die outside. It just dies out very quickly, which is not a good tinder, because if you do that with your fire, it's gonna be very hard to start it. You could hold it like this, but it's just gonna die out very quickly. Put that down so I don't burn myself. And when you're using tinders, you can use a number of things. You could take some, what is it called? There's hemp ropes. You could take those, unravel them, because you know they're twisted and braided. Unravel them, rip them apart, do whatever, and that works very well to catch a spark or metal shaving or even a flame. It catches very easily and lasts for a nice fire, and it will burn for some time. You do the same thing with burlap, which burlap is also made of hemp. Just like the rope, you rip it up, you tear it apart, and just same thing with paper. You rough it up and it's gonna burn very well. Another thing you could do is you could take egg cartons or cardboard and cover it with some wax. You just melt some wax down, cover it, and that's gonna burn very well. If you just do cardboard, it's gonna be harder to light and it's not gonna burn for very long. But if you cover it with some petroleum jelly, or which is much easier to do, is if you cover it with some wax, it's gonna burn very well. And with cardboard, when you rip it apart, it looks like some papers on the sides and it rips very easily. You can do the same thing, rip it up and crunch it up, and it's gonna work very well with the ferrous rod. That was just what you're gonna want in your fire kit. You're gonna want igniter, some kind of tinder like paper, birch, or even, as I said earlier, a wax covered cardboard like egg cartons, and a waterproof container for all of that. Once you have that, you'll have yourself a nice fire kit, just to make it very easy and quick to start a fire. Alright, so that's just about what you're going to want inside your fire kit. Some kind of tinder to get your flame going, or even embers, which you'd want another kind of tinder to catch the embers or sparks. I have a ferrous rod, a lighter, and some matches if you'd like, and a waterproof container like a mason jar or anything you can find around your house. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. And if you guys are having any trouble finding some kind of tinders, or you don't really want to use paper or something like that, you feel like it might get too wet, there's an Outdoor Boys video out there, which I'll leave a link to in the description. He goes over 53 kinds of tinders, I believe, the ones that work and don't work, and what you'd use them with: flint, steel, lighters, matches, or even a ferrous rod like I used. There you have it, just how to set up a quick and easy fire kit. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want me to go over tips and tricks on how to start a fire, even in the harshest conditions like rain or snow, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.